Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Bread Mower, and this is IFXtra.
So, how is everybody? How are you doing on week 12 of lockdown, possibly?
I lose track.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, certainly 12 weeks without going to work, which is a bit weird of me. And I guess it's a bit weird for you, but people are starting to go back to work, aren't they? And starting to, I think the shops are opening here next week. So we've just got to be really careful when we go out there. I'm still a little bit nervous about it all.
People won't be careful.
No, I know. So, yeah, we're going to keep going out to a minimum, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and be sensible as we can.
Absolutely. So you've been in the office all week working away, haven't you?
Yes.
Ooh,
I have had like a big block of time working on the next app update, Interference V5 as it is internally. So this is going to be like a big update for Android, but the plan is that it should also let us roll something out on iOS, so like Android and iPhone. Yeah, you know, like maybe 6 years, 8 years after I said yes, I'll do an iPhone version. It's actually coming along. I mean, I haven't actually tested it at all.
If we had an iPhone, it would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it would be good if we actually had some kit to test this on. So I'm just going to run it in the simulator, see what happens.
None of us have got iPhones, have we?
No. But yeah, we'll figure something out. So yeah, I've been spending all my time doing that. And aside from the absence of the actual game component of it, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. So, you know, galleries work and all this, just been doing
and you like things?
Forums and things. Yeah, you can like stuff. Yeah. There's some new bits in there which weren't on Android before. But yeah, so I need to sit down and just do the actual game part of this now. Well, so yeah, I mean, we have a lot of existing stuff that this is based on because, you know, it's version 5 of the app. We've done loads of these before. So yeah, I mean, it's not a new problem to solve. So, you know, I know kind of what we're doing. But I am trying to fix little annoying things as I'm going through. So one of the little annoying things, massive annoying thing, is trying to come up with a way to make better space of the screen for the canvas when you're drawing on Android. So the problem with Android is there's about 15.5 billion different combinations of screen size and resolution and this and that and whatever. It's possibly slightly smaller than that, but not by much. No. And so, yeah, the current version of the Android app looks great on all of the test devices we have. But then, of course, as soon as it gets out into the wild, people are like, yeah, I'm trying this on a whatever, and the canvas is really small. And it's like, oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna see what we can do.
Cool. That's awesome.
So yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I got this vague target of the end of the month, which is really unrealistic, but, you know.
You could have a target.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Watch this space. I may be looking for beta testers for Android and maybe even iOS.
Yeah, let us know if you've got an iPhone.
So we will see.
Okay, all right. Now it's time to see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Heraclium for SWV, the group. That is such a beautiful portrait. I love the sequiny top too. They were amazing, weren't they? Brilliant. Well done, Heraclium.
My favourite description this week was Third Rock Band from the Sun by MCSC. It's simple but clever. Really good pun. I love it. Nice work, MCSC.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Himnoddy for two flowers grow all over the place till they can finally kiss. I just love the way the sunlight is coming in at one side and you can see the light on all the stems and the leaves. It's beautiful. Well done, Himnoddy. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always.
Cool. Now we're going to have a look at what we were doing last week in the forums. So last week we had a new forum game, and this time it wasn't one put in by me. It was invented by Velvet Angst. I think she might have seen it somewhere else, but yeah, it was called the Predictive Text Game. And what you had to do, you had to create a sentence using the last word of the last person's post, but only using your predictive text on your phone. see what came out, which is quite funny.
Yeah, it's a really simple idea, but it came up with some really crazy stuff.
I know.
I mean, it sounds a bit weird. So, like, the example would be Velveteen started saying, "You can't buy happiness, but you can call me ranch dressing."
Okay.
As you do. And so then the next person, which was BCB9614, had to start with dressing and then just use the suggested words on the phone. So there was, "You can't buy happiness, but you can call me ranch dressing." Next was, "Dressing up in the kitchen is a good way to take a look at the end of time."
Wow, that's very deep.
And then the next person started with time and
and there are a lot of these, aren't there?
I know, it's funny stuff because it's just so random. And it's kind of interesting seeing what people's phones think they're going to say, because I guess a lot of it's based on
things that they've written before.
Yeah, exactly, like your speech patterns and things. So
it's a view into your life.
Interesting. So if you'd like to go and check that out, it is very fun. It's still in the general discussion forum. It's called Predictive Text Game.
It is. Okay, now we're going to see what we're going to be talking about next week in the forums. What film or TV show could you almost quote word for word? Is there any movie that you would happily watch over and over again? I love You've Got Mail and can easily say the words along with the characters when I watch it. FOX, Fox, etc.
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Awesome. Right, now don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. We're back onto the normal Zeitgeist quiz with the 5 rounds and 5 different topics.
So if you've not seen one of these before, every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, over on our Mixer channel, mixer.com/interference, we do Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week, which is a live interactive quiz show with rounds that are based on drawings from interference.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week we had joint winners, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. There was Dr. Ridout and Crash Thatch, both got 221. So that's basically 22 questions right out of 25. And they'd each got 1 extra bonus.
Yeah, you get a bonus mark if you're the fastest correct answer.
Exactly.
After that, we had Jess on 212, and then Live Long Animal was in third on 210.
It was all very close, wasn't it, at the top? So I can't tell you what the rounds are about, but this week's artists that we're featuring in the quiz are Velvet Angst, Miss Fuego, Geckaby, Josh Posh, and Ginger J. So we've got some interesting rounds coming up.
So Bunnery writes all of the questions and chooses the rounds and the topics and things like this. No one else has any idea what's going on. Like, even I haven't seen any of this stuff. So if you'd like to find out what the featured drawings are and what the topics will be based on them, you'll have to join us at 7 p.m. UK over on mixer.com/interference on Sunday night.
Absolutely. Now, there are some quizzes in the week that we do tell you what the topic is, don't we?
Yeah, whilst everyone's stuck inside, we've been doing extra midweek quizzes. I mean, what are we on now? We've
done 20 of them. 20 extra quizzes.
We do that every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. UK on mixer.com/interference. But, as you say, we announce the topic in advance because it's 1 topic and 20 questions. Yeah,
a little bit different. So last Tuesday we had Harry Potter, which was very popular, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
There was a lot of kind of competition to try and get to the top there. Phantom's a really big fan, but she was pipped to the post by Grinning Goose, who got 191. Phantom was second with 190. And also Dr. Ridout and Little Miss Ridout were also second on 190.
Yeah. And then we had James Hopkins and Finn Dinner in third on 180. Well, so, yeah, it was very close. It was, wasn't it? But, yeah, Little Miss Ridout joined Dr. Ridout and said that she really enjoyed it, which was nice.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So last Thursday we had 80s films, and again, Grinning Goose won that one.
Yeah.
163, so she dropped a few. So I think that was a bit more difficult, that one, maybe.
I guess it depends if you're a film person and how much you remember of the era.
How old you are.
Stiffy Cat was in second place on 142, and then Heraklion was in third place, 1 point behind on 141.
Good fun. So next week we've got 2 more quizzes, and on Tuesday it's going to be art in general, and then Thursday it's going to be the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. So Lord of the Rings, Hobbits, all that kind of thing. Okay. Books, films, all that kind of thing.
I mean, art, that feels quite fitting for interference, but I think a lot of us don't really know anything about art.
You probably know more than you think, actually. Art's everywhere.
All right. Tolkien, I can maybe do that. I mean,
You've seen the films,
I've seen the films, read Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Well, the 3 Lord of the Rings books.
Wow, that's good. I've not read those.
That was quite a while ago, though. Well, it'd be interesting. So if you'd like to have a go at either of those, then join us on Tuesday or Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time, over on mixer.com/interference. Or if you'd just prefer the normal 5-round quiz, 5 different topics, then that will be Sunday at 7 p.m. UK.
Absolutely. Okay, so is that all the news for now?
I think that's it.
I think it is. Okay, so just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building in new features, building this entirely new app for Android and iPhone, building out the quiz and looking after all of these other bits and pieces. We do really appreciate your support. All of that goes towards paying the server bills and things, which makes our life a lot easier.
Absolutely.
And patrons even get a few little bonus things. They get supporter status in Interference, so you get things like replays and a few other little features. And then on the quiz, you can even get your own custom entrance shout out from Ava when you join the quiz.
Everyone know when you arrive in style.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's it for now. So we'll see you again next week.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.